Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 5 of this, the 2020-2021 Premier League season. Now, before we get started with this week's predictions, we'll have a brief look at how well we got on in week 4, but we did go over it in our Q&A video last week, so make sure you check out that video after you've watched this one.
So in week 4, I had an alright week, had 6 points with no perfect results, so that's 6 out of 10, so I guess that's alright. And
I did exactly the same as you, Nathan, 6 points from those 10 fixtures. And representing the viewers last week was SG-21, and he, and I know it's a he, came away with 7 points, with one perfect score, which was the Southampton 2-0 victory against West Brom. Now, looking over at the overall table in our league, Philip, Alex and David Redgrift lead the way with 33 points. David getting 10 points last time out, and Philip 8 points. Top scorer of week 4 though was LFC 96 YNWA with 13 points, and
very good.
They are on now 29 points overall. So I'll just quickly run through the league table for you. Make sure or see if you can spot your name on the long list. We're well over 100 names on the table now, all the way down to 135, and I think that's what's that, Taki Abim Kawando. Let's see if you can climb up the table after week's 5 predictions. But enough of last time out, let's crack on and make some predictions.
Okay, so first up we have a tasty one. We got the Merseyside derby, Everton versus Liverpool. Everton unbeaten in the league, 12 points. What more can we say about them? Absolutely phenomenal for Everton, especially coming up against the Liverpool side. Well, what can we say about that 7-2 last time around? Oh my word. Contemplating what to say on this one. They have had the international break, so Everton could have cooled down on their hot streak for a bit, whereas Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp could have whipped all the players to back to their form from last season, but
most of them are away on international duty anyway.
Very true, but then again, I don't know, I have a feeling that Everton form's going to continue and Liverpool are going to struggle a bit, so Everton will be fired up. They're going to want to finally win this in this century especially, but yeah, I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2. So no Everton win then?
No Everton win.
No, I've gone similar to you, Nathan. I think it will end up in a draw, as we said. Liverpool conceding 7 against Aston Villa last time out. I don't think they're going to concede as many goals this time. I'm going to go, as I said, a 1-1 draw with Everton. Everton, top of the league, 4 wins out of 4. You've got to be a little bit careful though. I know that Richarlison's got a little bit of knot. You've got the likes of Rodriguez, who's playing for Colombia in the World Cup qualifiers in South America. I think that takes place late our time, late on Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning in South America. So he's got that long flight back to the UK, along with, I think Brazil are also playing. I think they're away to Peru, Brazil in the World Cup qualifier. So Brazilian players like Firmino, perhaps, for Liverpool. You've got Arsenal players like Willian and
Gabriel Jesus. I believe he's injured.
Right. They're all out there in South America in those qualifiers. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to go for 1-1 in this fixture. Although Mane is back from the demonetised virus, as well as Thiago. 1-1. Next up, we've got Chelsea against Southampton, which takes place at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. 3 o'clock on BT. However, it is the first of the pay-per-view fixtures.
The disgraceful fixtures. Bearing in mind, even though we've been paying for all the away games in the Championship, £10, which I think is still absolutely disgusting considering how much we spend on season tickets. Yeah,
but this is BT. I know that Sky have got their fair share of pay-per-view matches as well this weekend. I think there's 4 of them all together. But it is Chelsea at home against Southampton. Chelsea, Timo Werner hasn't got off the score sheet,
or still
on the score sheet, I should say, in the league. Hopefully that'll change. I've still got him in my fantasy football team. I think this could be a last chance saloon for him. In my team, coming up against Southampton team. Southampton, 11th position. They are victorious in their last 2 fixtures, gaining an excellent home victory against West Brom last time out, and prior to that, it was West Brom, a narrow 1-0 victory over Burnley. So in this fixture, I don't think they're going to have enough quality to go away to Chelsea and gain all 3 points, although they did that last season where they came with a 2-0 victory. However, the likes of Havertz coming into a little bit of form now, Pulisic possibly coming back into the side as well. I expect Chelsea, after their last fine victory against Crystal Palace, which was with a 4-0 without no goals conceded, I can see Chelsea winning this one 2-1.
Interesting. Yeah, I've got exactly the same as you as well. Southampton, they have been on an alright run with the likes of Danny Ings just scoring everything, and
scoring for them as well.
Unfortunately, even though they did lose those first 2 games of the season, but I don't know. I think this is just Chelsea's game, and Timo Werner needs to get on the score sheet. So I'm going to go for 2-1 as well. Next up, we got Man City versus Arsenal. My Man City have had patchy start, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. Wonder which one they're going to go for next. Whereas Arsenal, they've had an alright start, only losing once in their last 3 matches. With that loss, of course, coming to Liverpool, but they have had a pretty easy start to the season. I mean, in a way, you could say they've played 3 relegation candidates minus Sheffield United. So, I know this one could be tight, especially with the way Man City have been recently with some of their injury problems as well. But I don't know. I'm going to play it safe here. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to predict this. Man City haven't actually won in the league since their first fixture, which was against Wolves away, which was a very good win. They haven't really got, I think, Aguero might be coming back into the side now, I think. So is he going to be fit enough? We don't know. Arsenal, a lot of their players away on international duty. Partey hopefully will make his debut. I don't think he'll be quarantined because of the demonetised virus. So hopefully he will make 14 days from France. He will make his debut. I'm hoping in this fixture against Manchester City. 3-0 last season. This is on Sky at 5:30 evening, so it'll be around about tea time for us. I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory to the citizens in this one.
Interesting.
Next up at 8 o'clock, the second of the pay-per-view fixtures, we've got Newcastle at home against a team in disarray, you could say, Manchester United. Martial suspended, Cavani not able to play, so probably going to have the likes of Rashford up front, I should imagine. Newcastle, excellent last time out, gaining a very good victory at home against Burnley. Tricky customers. I thought that was I did go for a home win, but Burnley haven't had the best starts themselves, have they? But Wilson finding good form at the moment up front. I think Almiron is touch and go whether he's going to be playing this weekend. They got options of Carroll up front as well. St. Maxim absolutely fantastic in the last fixture, but it's touch and go. I think he might have a little bit of a muscle injury, but hopefully he'll be back for this fixture. Manchester United, what Manchester United are we going to see this weekend? They currently find themselves in 16th position, albeit they've only played 3 games. They could have lost all those 3 games. We've already touched on that in previous videos where they were lucky against Brighton. A lot of their players are going to be away on international duty as well. So I'm going to sit on the fence in this one. I'm going to get splinters in my backside. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Newcastle, the way they've been playing and the way that Manchester United as well. Ollie, if they lose this match, do you think he'll go?
No.
Give him a few more matches?
No, Edward wouldn't do it. I don't think he'd wait until just before January, I reckon. Even though it should be done immediately, and it should have been done ages ago, maybe a year ago, especially. But in this one, I'm going to go for 1-1 draw as well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that's your main reason. Not only that, where's your striking options as well, and the defence disarray. Defence is a mess. I mean, Harry Maguire at the back is an embarrassment. Even a 50-year-old Roy Keane will do a better job at the back than him. 11 goals conceded in the league. I know. The thing is with Man United, you used to have your players like Rio Ferdinand coming out of Leeds. You have Vidic at the back, an absolute beast. But now you've signed a guy that Now you signed Harry Maguire. All he has on his CV is 80 million from Leicester and coming out of Sheffield United in League One. He's not exactly a true Man United quality, is he? But I don't know. I'm going to go 1-1 in this one. Next up, we got Sheffield United versus Fulham at 12:30 on BT on Sunday. Now, Sheffield United, what can we say about them?
Not a lot, really.
Not a lot at all. Haven't had a good start to the season. 1 goal in 4 matches. That is absolutely terrible. I mean, Chris Wilder's probably had the wake-up call that this could be second season syndrome, so I think he's organised it a lot more of the international break, especially considering not many of the players have gone for international duty either. Then you've got Fulham, even worse, bottom of the table. Their defence is just like a colander, like it was 2 seasons ago and when they were back in the Prem. But yeah, they're going to have problems all season, Fulham, even regardless if you have Scott Parker in or if he's not there. I really think Fulham should keep Scott Parker the entire season, go back down and rebuild, because I'm not going to lie, if you get someone else in, you're not going to do well. Scott Parker's just really the man to get you back up. It's because you didn't sort your defence out in the Championship and you're playing like you're in the Championship as well. So yeah, in this one I can see Sheffield United bouncing back and I'm going to see them win 2-0.
Yeah, this is 19th against 20th. As you said, Nathan, both teams haven't been playing well at all this season. I know that Fulham have only scored in 1 match, and I'm sure that Sheffield United have only scored in... Oh no, they actually scored No, it is actually just in the 1 match.
Goal.
That goal against Arsenal. This is going to be tight. Neither team are going to want to lose this match. They want to get points on the board. This could end up in a draw, but I think Sheffield United, I think there was a little bit of glimmer of hope in the Arsenal match. So I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 win to Sheffield United. Ampadu looking quite good for Wales at the moment. They brought in Ryan Brewster as well. Whether he'll make his debut there on the weekend, we don't know, because you got the likes of Mr. Short shin pads himself up there.
Hate that man. Yeah, Ollie McBurney.
That's I hate, and I'm sure if Ollie came on the show, you wouldn't be saying that.
I don't know somehow, but
1-0 to Sheffield United for me. Next up, we got Crystal Palace up against Brighton in what people call a derby, the M23 derby. Is that correct?
Something like that.
Something like that. Crystal Palace started the season well, dropped off with a couple of defeats recently. Brighton, although that they've lost 3 of their 4 fixtures, they have been actually playing well. It's just that conceding goals, really.
But look at the start of the season they've had.
They've had Manchester United, which they should have done better, against Everton, Newcastle, good victory, and Chelsea
on the first day, which will always be tough.
They could turn things around here, and I'm actually going to go for a victory to the away side. I'm going to see a 2-1 victory to the Seagulls over the Eagles. Crystal Palace, though, I'm sure they're going to do a lot better than they did in that 4-0 deficit against Chelsea. Some people have even been saying that Roy could be the first manager to lose the job
he
this
very
season.
well could be, but I don't know. There could be worse out there. You could even see Ollie go if Man United stay around the 16th mark, but it depends on what the owners do, really. But I think they have faith in Roy. I think he'd go before January. But yeah, in this one, I don't know. It's at Selhurst, even though it doesn't matter, but you can't predict derbies. That's the problem, even though it's not a derby, it's technically a rivalry. But I'm going to play it safe and I'm going to go for a 1-1. I would have, and that's me very close to saying a Brighton win, especially with the way Palace have been playing and where I predicted them in the table. But anyway, next up we've got Spurs versus West Ham. I believe Moyes is back this week.
Is he?
After isolating, and
defeat for West Ham?
Yeah, defeat for West Ham indeed. How many by? I'm going to say 2-0. Spurs, Gareth Bale's still not there yet, unfortunately, but he'll be there soon and he'll be there to tear up the Premier League. So 2-0 to Spurs.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a home victory in this one, but I actually fancy West Ham to get a goal in this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Spurs. I was looking at Son as well, because I know that there's Asian World Cup matches going on, but I think his fixtures have been postponed, so Son's going to be fresh, I should imagine. In this fixture, I've actually captained him this weekend for in fantasy football, so hopefully he'll get a couple of goals at least in this fixture. Yeah, I think Spurs can have too much for West Ham, even though West Ham's defence are improving with the likes of Kafal at right back. Really impressed me, the Czech Republic international in that last victory. of theirs away against Leicester. But I think Spurs are going to have too much for them in this one. 3-1 to Spurs. Next up we got Leicester, as we just mentioned, at home against Aston Villa. 7-2 victors over the champions, of course. This another pay-per-view fixture on at 7:15. So difficult one to predict. We know that Aston Villa are flying at the moment in the league. They find themselves in second position, just above Leicester on goal difference. Slight one to predict. Leicester at home. I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory to the Foxes in this one. I think Brenda's going to have them back up for this one after that defeat. Villa got some fantastic players. We know that Grealish running the show at the moment. Ross Barkley,
very good,
playing very good. I think he's playing a lot further forward than he did for Chelsea and possibly Everton as well, giving Ollie Watkins, who scored a hat-trick in that win as well. So, Aston Villa, full of confidence, could even come away with all 3 points in this one. I was thinking of a draw, but no, I'm going to go for a home win to the Foxes, 2-1.
Interesting. I'm actually going to go for a narrow 1-0 to Leicester. It's going to be a battle, this one. Aston Villa are going to build on the momentum, but I don't know, I can just see Leicester just stealing this one, especially with the way they start the season, even though they did lose last time around to West Ham. But then again, that was the West Ham burst after Moyes won being there. So yeah, I'm going to say a narrow 1-0 to Leicester. Next up we got West Brom versus Burnley. Two teams struggling, two teams who haven't got a win. Well, Burnley never seem to have a good start to the season, but then again, they're coming up against a West Brom team who haven't looked too lively either. Yes, they did have that good start against Chelsea, but then they bottled it. I just fancy Burnley's chances in this one. I think Sean Dyche is going to turn them around, especially in the international break as well. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Burnley. I do think West Brom will score at home, but yeah, I'm actually surprised that I'm actually favouring Burnley away in this one, even though it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, both these teams without a victory so far this season. Surprisingly, Burnley, I thought they would have ground out at least one result so far. West Brom have, with that 3-3 victory against Chelsea in game week 3. So difficult. I'm going to have to sit on the fence with this one. I think they're going to cancel each other out. I think probably West Brom are going to have better of the play, but how they get through that Burnley rear guard, I don't think they will too many times, just the one. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. The final fixture of the weekend, second game on Monday at 8 o'clock, is Leeds United against Wolves. Leeds having a pretty damn good start to the season. Wolves not so good. 2 wins and 2 losses. They did get that 1-0 narrow victory over Fulham last time out. Seems that Leeds were scoring lots of goals and conceding a lot of goals, but in their last fixture or couple of fixtures, they've only conceded the 1 goal. So could this be a tight affair? Could there be goals galore? I'm going to go a little bit in the middle. I fancy Wolves in this one. I think maybe the honeymoon period is slightly over for Leeds. Wolves are going to want to start to pick up. They're bedding in their new players now, so hopefully they're settling down. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 away victory to Wolves in this one. But you could see something like a 5-4.
It could be
with how things have been going at the start of this season.
Interesting. I actually think it's going to be a draw. Wolves, they're going to want to start to pick up points now, especially that they've had an iffy start to the season. But Leeds might calm down, but I still think they're going to be up there, especially with what we see in the Championship and how they start off seasons absolutely flying. But I don't know, I just fancy just absolute stalemate in this one. I can see goals, but I can't see them being able to break through each other's defences after they score. So I'm going to go for a 1-1.
Yeah, interesting. Before we end the video, Nathan, just an interesting fact about the Merseyside derby this weekend. It is at Goodison, and 7 of the last 8 games that have been played at Goodison has ended in draw.
Interesting.
In a draw, so yeah, that's why I've gone for a draw in the Merseyside derby. Difficult one to call, but that concludes our predictions for week 5 of the 2020-2021 Premier League season. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. If you want to play along at home, and move up the league table, then make sure you make your predictions. And on Friday evening, as usual, I'm going to be picking somebody at random to represent you guys, the viewers, so you will get a shout out in the next video. Now, Nathan, before we go, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, search my channel, link in description below. Remember, there'll be a live stream midday for Cardiff Preston North End.
And I think it's at Preston as well, isn't it?
It is, so we're probably going to lose, but
And should we just touch very, very briefly on Project Big Picture?
It's disgusting, quite frankly.
Is that it?
And that's all I'm going to leave it at.
Yeah.
We might do a video.
We might do, yeah. If you want to see us or Nathan have a bit of a rant on Project Big Picture, then let us know in the comment section if you want to see a video where we can do, we pick apart Project Big Picture. But that's it for another game week. Our predictions. Thanks for watching as always. We'll both see you in the next video.